everyone, Antonio here from hobbyparts.com, and we're finally at the last and final video of how to build the EXI Pro helicopter, video number 8. Just quick reminders, guys, make sure we got all the screws in, our feathering shaft. We went through all this, but just make sure, check all the screws. Also make sure on your servo, the servo horn that holds the horn down, make sure we got the screws in there, because I've actually taken up a helicopter and luckily nothing happened to the helicopter when I landed. I noticed it wasn't there. So but just make sure all screws are there. If you did take apart something, you know, we put Loctite back in it and all that. As well, I'm gonna go over some quick settings to do on your transmitter, and as soon as we get that done, we'll get our battery charged and we'll take her out for the maiden flight. All right, guys, let me quickly show you what to do on your transmitter. First things first, start our radio. And the first thing we want to set is our throttle hold. A lot of you guys may know what throttle hold is, and for you guys that don't know, typically your throttle hold is on your right hand side. It's a two-way switch. On this radio, it's lower right hand side. And so all that does is just, let's say when you guys start your helicopter, and you accidentally do hit the throttle. If you guys have throttle hold on and you do hit the throttle, it absolutely does gives it no throttle. All it does is just moves the pitch. So it's a nice safety feature to have, and as well for you guys doing auto rotations. You could hit auto. You could hit. They either call it throttle hold or the auto button. You could hit that switch, and what it would do, it would cut the power, but still you'll be able to use pitch on it. So let's enter that menu. Throttle hold, all servos hold, yes. Okay, so obviously you guys can see it was already activated, so every time I hit the switch, you guys will see it'll go on. There we go. And a nice place to start it is negative 5% throttle, so you know for sure the throttle won't be activated. So now let's go back. Let me show you guys, especially for you guys beginning in 6 channel, I like to recommend exponential. You guys see there, and all that does is pretty much makes the center stick, it makes it a lot less sensitive. So you actually have to move more around center to get what you need. So it's kind of like delaying it a little bit. And even me personally, I do 3D and I as well use exponential. Typically I use 20, but here I'm gonna recommend for you guys beginning out there to use 30. So you guys can see there I have it on the elevator and the aileron. Don't do it on the rudder because a lot of gyros don't like exponential. They'll act up. I haven't tested on this gyro, but I don't like using it on any gyro. So that's my personal preference. If you guys want more expo, by all means go right ahead. I just wouldn't do too much over 50 because then it just kind of throws it at you. So that's that. Leave travel adjust, leave limit, sub trim. We haven't flown it, so don't know much there. And going on with throttle curve. All servos hold, yes. Okay. You guys can see here my throttle curve on normal. What I like to do, you guys can see the graph. I bring it down towards points 2, 3, and 4. I like to bring them down. Just makes it a lot easier for you guys beginning out there. You don't really need the high head speed or the power given there. So I like to bring the curve down a little bit, and you guys will see you should get a little bit more flight time since you're not using the power for 3D. So I like to do that. And throttle curve for stunt mode 1, you guys can see here. The lowest point is 49. You guys see there on the graph. So that's 49% of the throttle. And the two ends, actually they should be equal. 77. There we go. That's 77, and then the middle ones in between, that's 59 and 59. You guys can do any setting you want. This is what I'm using here, so if you guys are wondering. In 3D, actually flying 3D and setting up for 3D is a lot easier because what I would do, let's say stunt mode 1 here, I would make a linear graph all across, just straight across. And I would probably use for stunt mode 1, I'd probably use about 77, so it'd be 77 straight across, so all these numbers would be 77. And for stunt mode 2, it'd probably be 95 all the way across. But like I said, this is more for you guys starting out there. You guys could see there. What I just hit was stunt mode 2, and that's the numbers I'm using there. Lowest point is 55%, and the highest being 81, and the mid ones between 81 and 55 or 64. And should do good for today. So if you guys want to use it, by all means go right ahead. Like I say, I'd recommend it, but each person has their preference. So now moving on to pitch curve. Let's go normal. I like to bring up my lowest point. You guys can see there, originally it was 0 for pitch curve. I just like to bring it up about 17. So I start off with just a little bit of pitch, only in normal mode. I like to do this. So about 17 should be fine. Then just leave it linear all the way. So 20, 25, 50, 75, and 100. So leave that. For stunt mode 1, leave it as is. 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. Didn't touch that. And 0 also for stunt mode 2, 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. Leave that. And that's the same setting I would use for these in 3D mode. So a lot of you guys may have exponential for the pitch curve. You guys can use it. I do like to use it myself. I'll activate it today. Exponential on. Let me turn it on for all the flight modes. It kind of just blends in the graph a little bit better. So let me go back and do it on throttle curve. And lastly, our gyro sense. This, like I said, this is my menu. You guys may not have the same menu. So mine says T-lock and all that. Don't worry about too much. All that is heading hold. And for rate mode, it would say normal. But like I said, that is my radio, and I don't want to go too into detail because all you guys have a different radio. Pretty much a good place to start for your game. On this gyro, we're using the Detrum GY48V. I noticed it likes it pretty high, between 70 to 80. So here I could adjust the gain on each flight mode, and I started off with normal mode being 89, and my other two flight modes 72 and 72. So lastly, I want to set a timer, and I'll start off with about 5:30, since I'm going to be breaking in the battery, and on the first cycles they don't hold too much charge, but after the 5th or 6th cycles, you notice you get actually a little bit more flight time and more consistent. So I'll start off with that, and that's it, guys. I'll get my batteries charged right now, and I'll show you guys. We might have to do some trimming, maybe not. Also, we're gonna have to adjust, I'm sure, the gain. I don't think I got it perfectly, but let me get my batteries charged and we'll take her out, guys. All right, everyone, so got the helicopter, got battery hooked up, everything's good. Remember to get that velcro strap on, guys. I didn't because I forgot it, but got timer, got it set to 5.5 minutes. I believe safely we could accomplish 6 minutes with what we're going to be doing today. You guys see out there, I got a piece of wood. It's just a little reference point. What I'm gonna be doing is starting from where the helicopter is, hover there for about 10 seconds, then go over to the board, hover there for about 10 seconds, then come back and do that till about you feel comfortable with that. Once we feel comfortable with that, I'm gonna show you guys how to start getting the helicopter to do a nose hover. I don't think what we want to do is just one day get out of bed, bring helicopter out and start hovering nose in, because it would probably be bad news. So I'm gonna show you guys a little way that I learned it. Hopefully it helps you guys. So remember, guys, keep your distance. Even though it is a 450 helicopter, things can go wrong. It is electronic, so keep your distance. So try as best to hold your hover for about 10 seconds. Also try and hold your altitude. And we got about a 7-mile-an-hour wind right now, so it's pretty hard to do it, but I'm trying my best. So now we're gonna head over to the little board slowly. Don't punch it just full forward, just kind of baby it over there. Once you get more comfortable with it, you can just really just get it to go over there and hover as close as you can for about 10 seconds. Okay, then slowly come back. For about 10 seconds. And as you start getting familiar, you can really just start going a lot faster. Just like I said, for about 10 seconds. And then. But I wouldn't recommend doing it that fast, the forward flight, until you guys really just feel comfortable with it. Because you got to really anticipate stopping the helicopter. Just kind of baby it over there. Before we started running, guys, we had to learn how to crawl, then walk. So it's the same idea here with the helicopter. And then kind of bring it back to you. Oh. Okay, there we go. And like I said, do that till about you feel comfortable with it. And then like I said, once you get even better and better, you can really just speed it up and boom, boom, boom. Or you could even put the board a little bit farther as well to help you guys with perception a little bit better. But now what I'm gonna be showing you guys is how I learned to start doing the nose in. I didn't just get up one day, like I said, and just, you know guys, today I'm gonna do nose in, and just point the helicopter on me and took off. What I did, I didn't set the helicopter really at a perfect 90 to me, just about a 45-degree angle, like so. And it's about a 45-degree angle here for me. And then once I felt, I just pretty much hovered it there, held it there. Once I felt comfortable with that, what I did, hovered it at about a perfect 90, and then walked. I did all this while in flight. I'm gonna show you guys, but I'm just breaking it down right here. Once that was done, did that angle, felt comfortable with that, then finally brought the nose in, worked it back, and then started the other way. So that's how I learned it. I'm gonna show you guys right now in flight. That was just a breakdown of how it's gonna look. So let me show you guys. Oh, let me start it how I said I was. So not really kind of a perfect 90 away from you, but just about a 45. And remember guys, keep your distance from the helicopter. A nice reference point to do this as well is like anything you can find, a cone, a board, something that won't fly away. So I'm gonna use a little board I set up. So there you go, it's not really a perfect 90. So you kind of just hover there till you feel comfortable. I'm gonna speed it up, and then 90, hold it there. Oh. And then once you get comfortable there we go. Then right there, then right there, then the 45, and then back. And then we'd always start the other way. So that's pretty much how I learned it, guys. Let me show you guys a little bit of forward flight. Before you can do forward flight, you really got to get familiar with the nose in. It's really coordinating the tail with the aileron to make it look nice and smooth. All right, let me disconnect the battery. Hit throttle hold switch. So let's say I accidentally do hit full throttle. Nothing happens. That's what the hold switch is for, that I showed you guys how to program. So let me disconnect that. So finally guys, that concludes the video of how to build the EXI Pro. Handled very nicely. My gain was set at about 89. So not too bad. Tail was holding good. Need a little bit of sub trim because the wind we have, but all in all, very good flying machine. Hope all my tips helped, as well as the building tips I showed you guys. And also be sure guys to follow me on Twitter at BigTXHeli to get the latest updates. Hope to see a lot of you guys at the New York Ram show. Thanks for watching guys.
Till next time.